I'm Donna Lynn and welcome to my new YouTube channel. I have got so many great crafting ideas from some wonderful YouTubers that have inspired me, and I've been crafting probably since as early as I can remember. My mom was a crafter and I used to do crafts with her. And just a little bit about me before I get started. I crochet avidly. I paint, and I do a lot of other things. So I thought I would, after watching other YouTubers share their creations, I thought I would do the same. So the first thing I'm going to share is really simple, and it is a really cool, you can put a candle in it. In fact, the one I'm going to do is specifically designed to put either a regular candle or one of the flameless ones, and it's really cool for your table in the evening or romantic evenings in your bedroom, however you want to do it. And my husband loves black. I had never met a person who had black sheets till I met my husband, but he loves black. So I made this for my husband because he adores black, and I'm making a second one to go with it for this video. All you need is one of these little fish bowls from Dollar Tree. They're $1, and you need black paint. Some Dollar Trees have the paint. Mine does not, but you can get it for like the small bottles for like 99 cents at Joann's. I got a big one because I use a lot of it. And then for your accent color, you can either get the gold or the silver. And then I prefer, because of the way this is made so that you can see the light inside, you need to water it down a bit. So you'll need an empty bottle. I go through paint a lot, and so once you empty the bottle, save it, and then go ahead, and acrylic paint is so easy to wash. And so just open it up, wash it out real good, and then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fill, once you clean it out, you're going to want to fill up to about here, this much full from here to here, with water, only about that much. And then you want to fill the rest of the paint container with your black paint. You want this to be a little bit runnier than the normal paint. And there's a reason for that. Not only does it help it to coat better, but it helps it to give it, and it's really hard, it doesn't show up, but let me put my hand in maybe. Can you see my hand? Yeah, you can see it. So it helps create a little bit more of the gaps for the candle to show through. And then you're also going to need, I recommend this. You don't have to buy this, but I recommend it. It's called Polycrylic. You can get a big thing of this at Walmart for like $8.52. You used to be able to get the acrylic clear sealers at Joann's really cheap several years ago. All of a sudden, it's outrageously expensive. So I started getting this at Walmart. This thing will last you quite a long time. You need some kind of a sealer for this for many reasons. One, if you don't put a sealer on anything that's plastic or glass that you put acrylic paint, the second that you touch it, the paint's going to just peel right off of it. And number two, it will also help with the effect of pulling a little bit of the paint off. And you'll need one of these little brushes. They're like 10 cents at Michael's. Some Dollar Generals carry them. I have a really crappy Dollar General, or Dollar Tree, sorry, Dollar Tree. I have a really crappy one, and so mine does not. So we're going to get started. I'm going to adjust the camera so that you can see what's happening, and we're going to get started. Before I go any further, I did want to make note that you always want to get your bowl cleaned first before you do anything. Just take some rubbing alcohol and just pour a tiny bit in there, roll it around, and then clean it real well, because it always has like dust and crud in it, and you want it to be nice and clean. And then I always use, you can use whatever you want. I love these little containers from, well, you can buy them anywhere, but it's a little Ziploc, Betty Crocker, they have them all kinds. Anyway, these little disposable / reusable containers I love these little things for crafting. And I use this for the drips because it fits perfectly. The small ones will work as well. This is the larger of the fish bowls. There's a smaller one. I'm using the large. You can use whatever you want. So we're going to get started. It's real simple. All you have to do, for some reason, when I use black paint, I get it all over myself. I don't know why. So all you're going to do, if I can do this so you can see, is you're just going to pour a little bit in the bottom, and then you're going to take the silver, turn it a tiny bit, and you're going to just pour a little bit in there. And then all you're going to do is just twist it around. I'll take the label off when I'm done. I always do it last. And you're just going to twist it. And I like to get the bottom a little bit tapping, just so it's kind of covered. I don't really care what the bottom looks like. It'll get taken care of at some point. And there are several ways to do this effect. You can just take all the paint, put it in, roll it around, and then let it drip dry upside down. I don't do this for this particular effect because, and I can show you when I'm done, I've done a really pretty vase that way. And the reason I don't do it on this is because it makes all of everything drip downward, and I don't want that effect to have everything drip downward. I like the effect of it dripping around. Do this on a night when you're going to be home. Don't do this, set it upside down, and then go out to the movies. You know, make sure you're home and that you can check on it and twist it every hour or so while it dries. Put a little bit more. I'm just coating that bottom. And then all you're going to do is trying to get a good view, just in the side, you're going to put a little bit of the one color, and you're just going to turn it, trying to get a good angle. You're just going to turn it, okay? Let it start, and then take your next color, put a little bit more in of your next color, turn it, making sure that you get all of the last row, and you're just going to keep turning it. There we go. And you can kind of see how it's starting to come together. And you're just going to do this all the way around until you get to the very top of your rim. And so I'm going to go ahead, because it's kind of hard for me to do this so you can see it at the right angle, but I'm going to go ahead and do this all the way around the entire way, the exact same thing I've been doing. And then when I get all the way done, I'm going to show you what to do next. I'm pretty much done, but I'm at the end. And so what you want to do when you're at the rim is just keep going around and around straight until you've got the whole thing covered. And now what you want to do is basically it kind of looks like this. Well, that is a far cry from this beautiful marbling, in my opinion. But some of you may love this. You could end right here. Well, actually you really can't, because it's going to dry in one way or another, and it's not going to look quite like that. So in order for it to not drip completely down and completely mar it into a completely different way, what I recommend you do, and this is what I did to make it look the way I showed you in that example, is I'm going to set it, and it fits perfectly in this little container. I'm going to set it just like this, and it's kind of hard to do it while I'm holding it and it's not level. But when it's level, it will sit just like this. And you want to sit it almost perfectly like this. And just so that it generally does not drip into the bowl at this point. It won't do that till the end. But to be safe, I'll put some paper towels down. And what I do is, what's going to happen is gravity is going to pull the paint this way. Well, you don't want it to sit like that till it dries. And so what you're going to do is you're going to, after about 45 minutes to an hour, and if you forget, like me, set your timer on your phone. And then after about 45 minutes, take it about a quarter turn and turn it again. And 45 minutes to an hour later, do it again. And do this all night until you go to bed. I would say, because it's going to take a good 24 hours for it to dry completely, because there is a lot of paint in here, more than you would probably imagine. So do this until you go to bed, and then flip it upside down and let it dry or drip the rest of the way. Then it will not be dry, because see how much is coming out? Then once it's dripped, all the remainder it's going to drip out. Then what you're going to do is let it sit completely like this for the next 12 hours or so, so that room temperature air can get to it and dry it completely. Once it's dried, completely dry, then I will show you how to finish it so that it looks completely cool and has the little, and it should, because of the water that we thinned it down with, it should start to have a few little holes in it. But once we do the final step, it should make some of those holes a little bit bigger, and then we'll show the final step. All right, I'll be back with you once we are completely dry. Okay, basically last night I had set it upside down in this bowl, let it drip the rest of the way out, and now I'm going to set it upright and let it air dry the rest of the way, probably a day or day and a half. And you're going to have little drips on the rim of the bowl from it dripping, and you just take a paper towel or whatever you want and clean the rim of the bowl off. And now it's going to dry the inside for, like I said, about a day or a day and a half. And we'll come back when it's completely dry. And just wanted to kind of show you what it will look like when, this is what mine looks like at least. Yours may look completely different, but that's the gist of what it will look like. And we'll come back when it's completely dry for the last step. Okay, so all we're going to do now is take your polycrylic or something like it, and we're just going to, we don't want to scrape or press too firmly, but we also don't want to press too lightly. We want to press enough so that we're going to get a little bit of the paint to come up, just enough. You want to get a little bit of the holes, I guess you would say. And so you're just gonna, and you're gonna apply liberally the paint brush, and you're just going to, I guess that's the best way I can describe it, just a nice firm stroke on the inside of the, this is not only going to protect it so that if you put something in here, it won't accidentally rub the paint off too much, but also it will start to make little holes, I guess you could say, in the paint, so that when you put your candle in here, you will be able to see it through the paint. And so this is all we're going to do all the way through, and you're going to do this, like I said, liberally all the way around. I don't know if you can see that. Here, if I can put my hand in. Well, I can see it through this way, but it's kind of hard to tell, but there are holes starting to form. You don't want them too big, but you don't want them too small. And again, it's better, you can, they will start to form as the polycrylic starts to dry, but I think you can see in here, in the one that I've already made, you can kind of see where the holes are. So we're going to do this all the way around. You're going to let it dry completely, usually right around 24 to 36 hours completely, and you're ready to go. If you have any suggestions or anything else, please put a comment below. Like, subscribe, because I'm going to add more do-it-yourself ideas and in the days to come when I get a moment. So I look forward to hearing from you.